Now, who's going to listen to all this over and over again? I find it difficult to get along with people who don't know that they have it. People who come on that they're all sincere, all good, all pure, bore me to death and scare me.
as if it all is just a dream. With no trust in my passion, I know nothing's as it seems. But it's still a sense I'm sensing that the colors come to me. You may see me, but I'm not here. I'll return eventually. Participate in your senseless tradition. All your clothes that cover you and drown in the delusions. Hopping on that cool dick wagon is completely up to you. But I'm leaving on my phone time cell. I got too much weird shit to do. Running through each day as if it all is just a dream. With no trust in my passion, I know nothing's as it seems. But it's still a sense I'm sensing that the colors come to me. You may see me, but I'm not here. I'll return eventually. I will tell my own story just the way I want to live. This story is all I have, and that's all that I have to give. My story's my story, his story is only history. Write your own script, find comfort quick, and convince yourself that you're free. Running through each day as if it all is just a dream. With no trust in my passion, I know nothing's as it seems. But it's still a sense I'm sensing that the colors come to me. You may see me, but I'm not here. I'll return it.
The storm was located about 30 miles northwest of Tyler.
Tennis ball size hail and 70 miles an hour wind gusts.
If you are in or near the path of this storm, take cover now.
Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur.
Hey, we are privileged to have Stefan Prigmore and Heather Little on Universal Language Live. Here we go.
Thanks, Grady. Heather, would you like to start us off?
Apparently I would. Thank you, Stefan. Stop spending your money on me. Stop saying I'm a pretty little thing. I'm a runner running on dreams. Don't spend your money on me. I'm a ride on the wrong set of tracks. Couple years we ain't ever getting back. If this is love, I'll eat my hat. We're on the wrong damn track. You've been letting them keep you down so long. Why you wanna stay so down? I don't wanna be one more sad thing wearing my welcome mat. Stop bitching about the billboard sign. We ain't ever gonna change their mind. This town loves them bald-faced line. You can't worry about the sign. Everything ain't about you, babe. I'm lying in a bed I made. Every little last word I say ain't about you, babe. You've been letting them keep you down so long. Why you wanna stay so down? I don't wanna be one more sad thing wearing my welcome mat. Ain't the truth just razor sharp? There's a reason it's cold and hard. The whole world's out to break your heart. Ain't it cold and hard? The whole world's out to break your heart.
Yeah, Heather. I love that song. That's a new one, isn't it?
It is a new one. That's one
played
of those
that-
quick ones that just falls out.
You were talking about earlier.
Yes, sir. That one.
I got one of those too. You played that song at Foster's last time we played together.
I did indeed.
Over there in Pictor. And
That was fun.
knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yep. That's how you know good friends.
So we were talking earlier about songs that kind of just fall out. I can't whoop the devil with just a song, just a song. I can't run a shoot gun, honey, all day long. Well, I can make you biscuits till the cows show up. Tell you all you want to know about a liquor cup. But there's something in the way, in the way. I can't get you, babe. I can't get you, babe. Door girl, so pretty and so small. Like to call me honey, but I can't call you at all. Well, old hag like pitching wood, old folks like to rock. Me, I like to do it in just my t-shirt and my socks. But there's something in the way, in the way. I can't get you, babe. I can't get you, babe. You didn't bring your harmonica, did you, Heather?
I did not. I left it with Meredith Crawford. Probably doing something terrible to it as we speak.
What?
You asked. Love you, Meredith.
Now you've heard my story. Tell me, how's it gonna be? Bring it on down to my house. Let me roll you like the sea. Well, you can leave your shirt on. You don't have to wash my socks. You don't have to worry, honey. I've been checked for monkeypox. But it's something in the way. I'm gonna get you, babe. I'm gonna get you, babe.
I love that song.
Hey, thanks, y'all.
Stefan Prigmore.
Hey, thanks for having us, everybody at Universal Language and PC Productions.
Yes, so much. Thank you for having us. This has been such a fun experience so far, and we're only just a little bit into it.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
We are having a good time. I'm having a good time, even though you're here, And,
With friends like this, who needs enemas?
That's right, I'm saying.
We got to say hi to some of the people that are watching. I see Danny Harlan on there. Hi, Danny.
Oh, Danny.
There's Danny
I love
Harlan.
you.
There's
Hey,
Jason Nichols.
Jason. Hey,
Yeah.
Jason.
Thanks for watching
Gosh,
us, guys.
I should have worn my glasses in here because I'm 655 years old. Goodness. Yo. Hey, don't date me, damn it. And we appreciate y'all tuning in. We know there's some live stuff you could go out to, but there's also some stuff that you can choose to watch in your absolute nakies or your jammies or whatever right now with us, and we appreciate you immensely. It's a new thing. It's it's always been here, but we're finding it for this purpose right now, and we appreciate you coming along for the ride with us.
Yep,
Hey,
absolutely.
So you played that song, and we were talking earlier about songs that you write in just a little bit amount of time and songs that take a really long time to kind of come to terms with and just to let come out on their own. And the song I played earlier, that was a real quick song for me. Was that a quick song for you?
Yeah, that one all just kind of came out all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a long song.
Do it.
Okay. Sometimes you write songs and you don't know what they're about until they're done, and sometimes you don't know what they're about until years later. It's almost like building, I don't know.
A song?
No, it's like you didn't know your future, but then you wrote it down, and then you're like, crap, that happened. You know what I
I'm
mean?
just going to interject. F.G. Middlebrook said he's going to watch Naked. So thanks for that, Heather.
Fred Nakeys, my favorite.
Yeah.
Y'all, Fred Middlebrook. He's one of my favorite people on earth. Appreciate you. This song's called California Queen, and it's new, and it's a Nike song, I guess. It took a long time. I had little bits and pieces of it for a really long time. Here we go. Send her home. I'm coming over. I know it's late. I'm not drinking, I'm cold sober. All these girls you find, I know you like a mystery. Ah, but you and I, we got history. I will always be the queen of your California queen. While the jesters come and go, no strings attached, they don't know I am a fixture, I am a mixture of confusion and the surest thing you will ever know. Believe your California queen is on her throne. Thunderstorms, silent movies. 5 minutes in, we turn the sound off, can't get through it. You are my night.
I will always be the queen of your California queen, while the jesters come and go with no strings attached. They don't know I am a fixture, I am a mixture of confusion and the surest thing you will ever know. Believe your California queen is on her throne. You are my night, you're the one who saves me. You are my carnal distraction from the war. It's always raging, and I will always be the queen of your California queen, while the jesters come and go with no strings attached. They don't know I am a fixture, I'm a mixture of confusion and the surest thing you will ever know. Believe your California queen is on her throne. Believe your California queen.
That's such a good song, Heather. Such a good song.
Thanks, Stefan.
Hey, your brother has his clothes on, I can see. That's good to know.
I love when my brother has his clothes on.
Yeah, if you're going to take your clothes off and watch this live stream we're doing here, keep it to yourself. We're trying to sing songs up here. We don't want to picture our friends naked or
Yeah.
in their tighty-whities.
Well, you know.
Or their Lucy
or whatever.
bluesies
Or their
whatever.
gold lame, their gold lame
Yeah,
onesie
none of it.
or
Yeah,
whatever
just keep
it
it to
is.
yourself. Well, so, that's a brand new song, isn't it, Heather?
It is. Yeah, it's pretty
I love it. I'm going to play a new song here, too. This is the first time I've played it live, matter of fact. And I had to call my wife before this because I had told her that once I had this song finished, she was going to get to be the first to hear it. But she's going to be one of the first to hear it now. This song is from my friend Landon Spradlin that passed away from COVID. And a lot of people, when he died, because he was a preacher, they tried to politicize his dying and hurt a whole lot of people in the process. It's called CV19. I hope y'all like it. Give you a little background. Landon was a preacher. He used to run a church in New Orleans on Bourbon Street that would have their church services at midnight on Friday and Saturday evenings. Past St. Peter, up on Bourbon Street, stood a midnight church where my friend would sing and preach. A funky blues man of the cloth, if one ever lived. But now that he's gone, they want to make him a political whipping kid. CV19, I won't say it's naming fool. Took my job and all of my money, and the baby's out of school. I'd rather take my chances in a cold Virginia mine than to watch it all burning up from CV19. Mama Jean moved her chair to the entryway. She could see her kids through the glass on the porch. Together they could pray. Faith can move mountains. She needs a hand to hold. Lord, rain your love down. Here where sorrow seeds are sown. CV19, I won't call its naming fool. Took my job and all of my money, and the baby's out of school. Rather take my chances in a cold Virginia mine than to watch it all burning up from CV19. Well, here I sit in Texas, I'm just staring at my hands. Where's the politics in breathing? Does dying make a man? CV19, I won't call its naming fool. Took my job and all of my money, and the baby's out of school. Rather take my chances in a cold Virginia mine than to watch it all burning up from CV19. Rocking my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rocking my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Thanks, y'all. I want to say, too, I need to shout out my friend Jamie Harris helped me work that song out. That was one that took a while.
I imagine.
Yeah.
It, dude. That's beautiful, Stefan. I never knew Landon, but boy, Jesse's a talented girl.
She is. Yeah, that
She's a talented girl.
friend of mine, all of his kids are amazing musicians and songwriters, too.
Goodness. Where to go from here?
Where do we go from there?
Where do we go from there?
Yeah.
Hey, Peanut Gallery. Where do we go from there?
We got one more, and then we're going to do a little interview.
We got one more? Ooh. Oh, boy.
Wasn't that 4 songs?
That was 4.
Yeah.
That was, well, Stefan threw me under the bus like any
You
good
started.
friend would.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, let's just do one more, and then we'll go.
All right. Sounds good.
Last thing he saw before he left town was a low-hanging moon sulking around. And he said in that voice, "Still love you, I do." But he only held my gaze for a moment or two. last thing I heard before he shut the door was the sound of the traffic and that lie I ignored. 'Cause he said with his eyes the truth. That's what we do, believers like me and lovers like you. Around and around, trading one for another. It never turns out we end up with each other. We all fall down, some cry, some never do. We're blind-hearted fools, believers like me and lovers like you. First thing I did to quiet the pain was try an old friend in a new kind of way. He was so gentle and warm when he asked me to stay. But as I slipped out of his arms, more sorry than ashamed, I said we both kinda lose, believers like me and lovers like you. Around and around, trading one for another. Never turns out we end up with each other. We all fall down, some cry, and some never do. We're blind-hearted fools, believers like me and lovers like you. Around and around, trading one for another. It never turns out we end up with each other. We all fall down, some cry, some never do. We're blind-hearted fools, believers like me, and lovers like you. Yeah, we both kinda lose, believers like me and you.
Yeah, Heather.
Now, who's going to listen to all this?
All right, welcome to Universal Language. We're here with Heather Little and Stefan Prigmore. Before we get going, just tell me a little bit about yourself, what you're writing, what you're playing, how we're doing this tonight.
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I'm going to do mostly Black Sabbath covers.
That's it.
And,
That's what we expect.
yeah.
No less.
No, I'm going to play a couple newish songs. One is brand new, and I haven't really played it for much of anybody. And I'm going to play a song. That's my new single is coming out October 23rd.
Cool.
Taming Monsters.
Can't wait. What is it called?
Taming Monsters.
Taming Monsters. Man, that's a good song. Good title.
Thank
Great
you.
song.
Thanks, Heather.
I haven't heard it, obviously, but it's a good title. Can't wait. How about you?
I'll play a couple of new ones today. And of course, nothing but Black Sabbath covers.
That's what we do. Every time we get together, we just do Sabbath.
Just
We're-
death
all
metal.
lies.
yeah, we're both kind of Randy
Totally
Rollins guitar nerds. Like,
Yeah, I mean, a little Pantera here and there.
yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Other than that-
who's not a
And Guy
Pantera
Clark.
fan?
Pantera and Guy Clark.
Like, yeah, they go together like peanut butter and ladies.
Vinegar. Yeah.
So I was trying to look you guys up a little bit, and I was in my mind coming in here thinking like, man, they're so humble and so just very sweet natured, and that's not exactly what I got so far
Yeah.
meeting you guys backstage and behind the scenes. And let me say, I'm a teacher. I had a little off period this week, and I thought I'm going to just get on their websites and just kind of check them out. I could get on your website. Yours was restricted
My website was
by
restricted?
Tyler Independent School District.
Wow.
But
Oh,
now,
it's
now I see why.
Whoa,
It's
it's all
the-
those explicit lyrics and content.
Is that what
Wow,
it is?
I had no idea. I think on my front page there's me and Vincent Neil Emerson doing a song together. One of my songs, Liquor Cup, and it has a couple swear words in it.
That'll do
Perhaps.
So that's good to know.
But
Why is it not
someone
restricted?
must have gotten on your website, either a kid or a teacher, that flagged it.
Is that how that happens?
Yeah,
Maybe they did it to the YouTube video, which is shared, and then because of that, it's
maybe.
wow.
Maybe
That
you should try to
means-
start cussing on your website and just see if it
Well,
gets flagged.
well, I was just going to say, if that's the criteria for having been blocked, then that means that people have been to yours, but not to mine. So
I don't know.
Mine should totally be blocked.
It's a good way to
just
see
haven't
if you get
tried
in
it out.
traffic.
I was listening to this podcast. It's called Revisionist History. Malcolm Gladwell. It's awesome podcast. You guys check it out. But there was one called Hallelujah where they talked about kind of the creative process. I'd love to get y'all's creative process. You guys being very creative and songwriters, singers. But he talked about kind of two ends of the spectrum with creation and a creative process. But he's talking about two artists, Picasso and Paul Cézanne. Picasso was more of a, do a sketch, paint it, I'm done, on to the next thing. Cézanne was more, I'm going to tinker with it, I'm going to tinker with it, I'm going to redo it, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to do it again. Sort of a lifelong process of continuing to tinker with things and paintings and redoing things. If you had to say which end of the spectrum each of you are on, do it quick, we're done, let's go to the next one, or we're continuing to tinker. Which one do you more relate to as far as like a creative process goes?
I have to say tinker, because it can take years.
So you have songs that just take years and years. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you're a little bit more on the end of, man, you're going to tweak and retweak and redo things.
Yes.
But how about a song that happens really quick? What do you think about that? What happens when you really do it quick?
A song that comes out really quickly is normally one that I call like a damn it song. And it's like everything is accelerated. The emotions are accelerated. The time frame is accelerated. It's not more of a state of being. It's more of, it speaks to more of an event and a knee-jerk reaction to it.
So you just get in really quick and write stuff down.
Yeah.
I noticed as we were just kind of hanging out back here, you had to say, I got to steal that line.
Yeah.
And you do
Yes.
that just all throughout your life. You have like just a list of ton of just little lyrics.
I do. There's little phrases that people say. I can pinpoint probably every single song I've written. I can pinpoint if it came from something that I talked about with someone else. I can usually pinpoint the moment that made me think of the line that started the song. Sometimes it's a conversation, but sometimes it's a sentence. Like, we heard a sentence earlier.
What was said sentence?
The sentence was, it was the story
about
behind the whiskey. Right. The story behind the whiskey. And I went, oh, how many stories are
Cheers.
there?
Cheers to you.
How many stories are there behind the whiskey?
So if this song makes it huge, Philip
Yeah,
Arden
Philip,
gets
100%. I
Yeah.
put it in a little note
Yeah.
in my phone, and I put Philip Carden next to it.
Philip will get 80 cents after she gets her $1.20.
That's right.
Boom.
Look out, Spotify.
Get it? All right. Stefan, how about you? Are you do it quick, tinker with it, tweak it?
I don't know, man. Like, I think it's every artist is probably a little of both. Like, we know that about Picasso because that's what he let out there in the world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I'm sure there was stuff that Picasso either wasn't happy with or maybe went back to later and worked on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody's really like that two-dimensional about it. Like I kind of like what Willie Nelson said about you just have your antennas up at the right time.
Yeah.
And catch stuff. Like sometimes
cool.
stuff just comes and vomits out, and then sometimes stuff is like kind of like a relationship in that there's work you put into it in the song, and then a reward comes from that work you've done in the tune to where it works out a certain way and it feels and sounds and comes across a certain way. And so then like now you build on that, and that builds further and further and further until finally you get to a point where you go, well, that's, to quote Forrest Gump, like that's all I have to say about that.
That's all you got to say about
and
that.
Then like,
Yeah.
and then there's your song. And those are usually the heavier ones. The ones that I just kind of spit out all at once are like the ones that are kind of silly or funny or or a lot of the time co-writes go that way. Like when I write with friends, like we'll just be kind of on the same wavelength to where that it just comes so easy. It generally happens with another writer that like I don't just know professionally, but that I know like personally and have spent time with and shared heartaches and triumphs with, so that we like know each other on a deep like personal level.
Yeah.
And so then like we take that knowledge of each other, and then when it comes to writing, like we just kind of bounce off each other, just like the way any kind of relationship or friendship works.
Yeah.
And then it turns into language and music, and then you got a song. So that's, I don't know, man, there's all kinds of ways
It's a fun
songs can
process.
happen.
And now back to the show.
Hello again, everybody.
How are
Hey,
y'all
Heather.
doing? Hey, I'm sorry, Stefan was misbehaving before the cue, and this is what you got. Stefan, I'm saying, he was. He's just that way.
Yep.
I was hoping one of the reasons you're my favorite dude to even play song swaps with at all ever. You're a great songwriter, but you're an
Thanks, Heather.
amazing
That means
storyteller.
a lot.
You're an amazing storyteller. Not just because you're good at telling the stories, but they happened. And you cannot make this shit up. So I was hoping you would play either maybe Brazos or Tempest of Machine. I
Yeah.
love those stories, but I love those songs. So either whatever you're feeling right now.
Yeah,
I would
play,
love.
yeah,
I would love to hear
I'd
the
love
story
to.
behind whatever you're feeling, even if it's not one of those songs. I would love it.
Thanks, Heather. I'd love to play either one of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Heather, I feel the same way. You're my favorite person to play songs with, and I'm real grateful for our friendship over the years and for your music that you put out there in the world for people like me to get to hear.
Thank you, Stefan.
I love you very much.
I love you too.
So we're going to get into some story songs. Thanks everybody who's listening. Randy, I see you out there, man. I sure am glad you're listening to this. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yes.
I wish you were here with us, brother. Randy Barnett is one of the best guitar players
Hey,
I've
Kenneth.
ever had the experience of playing with, hanging out with, being around. So, do I tell the story or no, Heather?
I would like for you to tell a story just because, I mean, I feel like if you've written a good song, the story tells itself. But I love the story so much.
All right, I'll tell the story. So
It's such a great story. If you don't mind.
no, not at all. So the newspapers called my great uncle Burton Merrill. They called him the last mountain man in Texas, but he wasn't really a mountain man. He was more of a river rat. And I'll tell you why he was in the newspaper. See, him and his brother Bill had helped raise my dad. My dad came from a broken home. And Burton was kind of a wild man. Bill played football and played for TCU and worked for General Dynamics the rest of his life. Burton was an all-around badass cowboy and liked to party pretty good. Because of that, he lost his wife and the house, and so he moved to the banks of the Brazos River to this old home place down there in northwest Johnson County, or in southwest Johnson County. And he made his living off what he could pull out of the river and go sell in town in Rye Vista or Covington. And they were having a little reunion one night, my dad and Bill and Burton, celebrating the coming birth of my little brother Nathan. My dad noticed Burton's boat was gone, which was a big deal because Burton made his living with that boat. Dad said, "Burton, somebody took your boat?" And Burton said, "Yeah." Dad said, "You gonna go get it?" He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get it right now." So he grabbed a Springfield 1903 A3 deer rifle and walked off in the woods and come back the next morning with his boat. About a month after that, the neighbor complained of a stink coming from his well and sent some men down there to look at it. And they found these two boat thieves in the bottom with 30 caliber slugs in their head. That's why Burton was in the newspaper, was for killing those two boys. And years later, my dad brought up me and my brothers in that same part of the Brazos River, fishing and camping and hunting. I wrote this song about it called Brazos in My Bones. I hope y'all enjoy it. Johnson County, 1981. Some men were found in a well. They said a 30-06 gun. Dead on men, well, they had it coming. If you ask my Uncle Bert, you can't hinder another man's livelihood. Expect to not get hurt. Poverty and flood, pork salad, squirrels and beans. When you're sitting on the bottom, you can't live below your means. Well, my daddy knew that river before he was 13. Before they built the Whitney Dam, turned the monster into a stream. He is the water, he is the stone, he is the mud cat, he's got the Brazos in his bones. Still don't have your harmonica, huh?
Freaking Meredith Crawford, I swear.
Drive down 916 long enough, come to a burned out shack. Peach trees all grown wild in the yard, and a filled in well out back. You feel the coldness moving through you from your stomach round to your liver. And you'll leave there knowing you should never get between a marrow and its river. He is the water, he is the stone, he is the mud cat, he has the brazos in his bones. Now I am the water, Lord, I am the stone. And I am that mud cat 'cause I've got the brazos in my bones.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank y'all very much. Thanks again, everybody here at Universal Language and PC Productions for having us. Thank you, Heather, for championing me all the time and getting me on this thing. And thanks, everybody that's listening, Fred and Randy and Aaron and Jason.
Yeah.
Glad y'all are digging it. That song is going to be on my new record that's coming out in January, my first full length.
Ooh,
I made with
fancy.
my buddy Clay Parker down in South Louisiana. So,
Nice.
yeah. Thanks for requesting that, Heather.
Nice. I love that song, man. I love that song. I love your stories. I just do. I can't help it.
Thanks, Heather.
I just do. Lord, I had a. I'll
If
play
you
it
like what
later.
we're doing, let us know. There's like a PayPal and Venmo link on there. If you don't like what we're doing, that's okay too. You know, just don't give us any money.
What is it you say when we're playing live at a bar somewhere? He says, "If you don't like what you're doing, we'll be done in a little while."
Or, well, I've started saying if you don't like what we're doing, get your own guitar and microphone. But the managers don't like it when I say that. So.
Yeah, they're not a fan of that particular train of thought there. Everybody knows you're gone. There's a hole in the screen where the love scenes belong. They play it loud, we don't sing along. They know it's our song, so everybody knows you're gone. Everybody knows. Everybody sees the wound when I can't lift my eyes, climb out of this tomb. There's blood all over the room when the maid comes through, and everybody feels it. Everybody feels it. Everybody feels the hurt. These heartstrings don't move. The marquees are blank. There's a garden of bones in our wake every time. Everybody feels it. Everybody feels it. Wear your ring, wear your closing your sign on my door. But like all hollow things, the sound inside is louder than before. Everybody dies of thirst when the well goes dry. We are that curse. There was this life that you'd breathe into me, but you won't return. And everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it.
Yeah, Heather.
Hey, y'all. What's up, Stefan?
Hey. So, let's see. What do we got here?
Don't make me request. Don't make me do
Okay.
it.
Well, I'm gonna do song. So I'm trying this new format where you release singles.
Right on.
Since it's kind of hard to sell CDs these days, so I had this deal on the internet, this promotional deal where I sold some T-shirts so I could release this single this month on the 23rd, October 23rd.
Ooh. I
Yeah.
like that date. That's my
Thanks.
kid's birthday.
Really?
Stefan, you have T-shirts. Do you sell them to the public?
I'm out of T-shirts.
Are you?
Yeah, I've got no T-shirts right now.
Do you have
Thank you, though.
physical copies of your music that you sell any place?
I
at
do.
all?
I do have some CDs in my last EP, Songs in Another House.
Really?
That I also
then?
made with Clay Parker. That's available for sale or purchase or trade.
Lovely.
Yeah. So holler at me if you'd like one of those. You can find both of our music on the internet on Spotify and Pandora and
Right on.
Apple Music. Right? You've got music on there too. I know
have a
because I
little
was
bit.
listening to you on the way to Turkey
Oh,
last
goodness.
month. Yeah.
When I first met Stefan a few years ago, he was willing to trade either a goat. Was it a goat or?
I think it was probably goat feed because
it
I
was
had
a-
that pet goat at the time.
It was a goat or some like rabbit,
Poultry.
something. It was livestock or livestock adjacent, something that he was willing to trade for music merch. It was awesome.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to buy with the
Stellar.
money at the time anyway, so. Let's cut out the middleman.
That's right. Hey, anytime you can, I
Yeah.
recommend it.
Woof. Randy said woof. Woof, Randy, that's right, man.
Amen.
Yeah, Becky said goat. She knows what's up. She knows the story. She was there for all of it. Thanks, everybody, for listening in.
Appreciate y'all.
This song's called Taming Monsters.
Great song.
Christ, what have I done? Such fault. Can this lonely work be won? Or is my heart too flawed? Where my shoulder fits this yoke of the work my will can hold. And it's not that I'm frightened, but it's a strange and foreign road. Sat up in the house all day, where my heart keeps floating south. Breathe, pray. Well, I dream that trigger moment every single day. Soon down in the holler is where I'm gonna stay. Been burning off the grease laid so thick. Trade each wrinkle for a crease, find a better fit. Well, I married a strong woman, and I ate a lot of game. And I'ma lay low all my demons with this monster when it's tame. Yes, I married a strong woman, and my struggle ain't her shame. And I'ma lay low all my demons. Christ, what have I done? Such fault.
I was reading an interview with you, and I wanted to kind of touch on this one.
Oh boy.
One of your favorite and early influences was Prince.
Oh my God, I love Prince so much.
So when I think of Heather
idea.
Little and I listen to you, I can start to I can kind of see some connection, but that is obviously not what I think of when I think Heather Little. Like, oh, that's Prince. Tell me, let's talk about Prince. What do you love about Prince? You almost melted in your chair right now.
I just absolutely love him. I adore him.
Is it the songwriting? Is it the guitar playing, the performance?
It is. I think it is. It really is everything. He was like an organism unto himself, because he wrote everything. He played all the instruments. He recorded it himself. He did most of his vocals, but when he saw something outside that he felt like was going to add to what he was doing, he was like, I need that. Mm-hmm. That is beautiful. I want that. But he wrote tons of songs that people don't even know that he wrote. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it wasn't like he was just stuck in his own little box. But when I was very, very young, I was in first grade, and I took a Prince record to my grandmother bought me a Prince record for Christmas, because that's what I wanted for Christmas. Had she read the back of the record, she would never have bought it. But I took it to show and tell, because we were allowed to bring one record, like vinyl, actual kids. So a record, it's this round thing, it's a disc, and you put it on a little spinny thing and with a needle, and it makes sound. And so, back in the day, in first grade, that's what I took for show and tell. And just the way he painted pictures, the sounds that he made, the different vocalizations. He could sing really low and be very like masculine and just, and then he could sing way up high. So he was like, he had no gender, he had no
pure energy.
He had, it was just everything he was music.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Stefan, do you have someone that is an influence of yours that is maybe someone would think like, I would not expect that?
Maybe so, but I think it's that thing about Picasso, and like nobody's like two-dimensional. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I like all kinds of music from, earlier I was talking about Chet Baker and Willie Nelson, as well as Sabbath.
So that's for real.
The Chronic album. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like Outcast of Aquemini, I think, is like one of the best records ever made. And I love Prince too.
Yeah.
Like, Prince was one of those people who was like just a master at what he did. He was like, he learned how to, like, I don't know, just exist like in the most raw, pure, musical, artistic form possible. Man, he's so badass.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah, I mean, like, I like all kinds of different stuff. I like Vicente Fernandez is probably one of my favorite singers of all time. And then I like a lot of Cajun music too, a lot of Zydeco and stuff. So yeah, I like it all, man. I like
That's
it all.
Awesome. Right on.
All kinds of stuff.
Just real quick on Prince, it always fascinated me that the most eccentric human being ever, and just had been performing and a master of all parts of his craft,
Yes.
but could still have a line like, I was working part-time at a Five and Dime. My boss was Mr. McGee. Like, when has
Yeah.
Prince ever had a boss and working at a, minimum wage job?
Right.
I just think that's fascinating.
He was young once, and he was
Yeah.
raised by, it wasn't like he came from, a
Yeah.
super rich family
Right.
and they were like, here's your livelihood,
Yeah.
son, take it and do well.
Right.
So,
Purple Rain is kind of autobiographical, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. But, I mean, before that, I don't know. I really think that to sing about things and to write about things, you have to have either lived them, or you have to have an absolutely impeccable sense of empathy.
All right, well, let's talk to Stefan for a minute. We good? So, Stefan, your website that is banned from TISD, I saw a quote that described you as hillbilly folk. Did you come up with that, or was this someone writing that?
No, I don't come up with any of that stuff, man. That's why it's on the website as a quote, is because somebody else said it.
So you had nothing to do with that.
No, man. Like, I feel like it's not our job to decide what we sound like.
Yeah.
It's our job to just make music.
Absolutely. But let me just a little touch on things on your website.
Sure.
Because it gave me
No, it's cool, man.
an absolute, I cracked up about this. Well, first of all, you have a beautiful song called Winter Song.
Oh, thank you.
Where
Thank you so much.
It's heartbreaking, but you describe killing a deer and then dressing it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that's something else, man. That's very cool. Are you playing that tonight?
Yeah, I'll play it.
I mean, I don't want to
For
make
sure.
requests or
No,
anything.
I'd love to play it for y'all.
I love that song.
That was one of those songs that it was like a one-off, because there were things in the song that I felt like I needed to deal with and go through and experience.
Yeah.
I wrote it right after shortly after my father died, the winter after my father died.
Oh man.
And who I had grown up with, he showed me the ways of the woods and stuff. So, something else my dad taught me was that death is always kind of a part of life, you know?
Sure.
And something that has always struck me every time I've killed any animal that I was going to eat is once you get to dressing it and realize that all living things are pretty much made out of the same stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like when you put your hand inside a deer's chest cavity and you can touch the heart
Yeah.
and the lungs and the liver, that's the same.
Yeah.
It's what's inside me. And so I felt like I wrote that song kind of realizing and expressing those things helped me heal a lot with my father's death.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's a
So,
great song, man.
Thank you, Grady.
On a lighter note,
Sure. No, it's lightning. It's heavy stuff. I know it
I'm gonna
is.
give you a hug.
That's a beautiful song.
Thanks, Heather.
But on this lighter note, on your website, I got a kick out of this. You have for sale wild hog rub.
And
What's in that? And I assume you've used it before and done a killing and dressed it and gotten down on some wild hog.
yeah, I didn't have to rub any wild hogs to make that seasoning blend.
Okay. So this is a real thing that I could order this.
Well, I mean, please don't. It's not supposed to be on there anymore. I'd have to make some up, But it's like this barbecue rub that I use on wild pork, and it's just, that's all it is really. But
continue.
Yeah.
You might know where I'm going next.
the squirrel chili.
It's free, guys. It's free. We have free squirrel chili recipe.
Yeah. Well,
I have way too many squirrels in my yard. I want a recipe. What can I do? Tell us about the chili recipe.
Well, it's kind of a mix-up because my buddy, who's an awesome musician and great at website design and stuff, we were going to have my squirrel chili mix and the wild hog rub on there for sale, which is a couple merch items that I used to take to shows and have available for purchase. But then I quit making the squirrel chili mix, but the wild hog rub stayed. but the squirrel chili recipe is still up there. So
Guys, it's free.
yeah,
It's
the recipe's free. Well, the recipe includes a squirrel chili mix, and so it's kind of
Okay. All right.
it's kind of a
You just got to go get the squirrel.
just a dumb practical joke that doesn't really work.
No, it's
and that
not.
there's the recipe,
It totally
but you can't
works.
get the
You can
mix.
do it.
Yeah.
And now back to our scheduled programming.
Burning through each day as if it all is just a dream. With no trust in my vision, I know nothing's as it seems. But it's still a sense I'm sensing, and the colors come to me.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to the socially awkward happy hour with Stefan Prigmore and Heather Little. Universal Language, thank you so much for having us.
Yep.
I'm going to play a song about not being able to rise above your DNA. You can rise above your raising. If you're doing what you've always done because it's how you were raised and it's just what you've always done, that's not a good enough reason. Too sorry, but don't do that.
For real.
It's not good enough. Don't do that shit. This song is called Apples and Trees, and it's about doing things that are DNA, and you can get over that shit too. Anyway, it's called
Amen,
Apples and
Heather.
Trees. Amen, brother. He's swimming in the Knob Creek in my coffee. Cuts me like a razor with his name all over me because I can't run from the blood that's running through my veins. He wrote half the first page of my story and took off on a list of big mistakes. He's been in the way that I stand and walking inside every fist I've ever made. Oh, the apple and a tree, it never applied to me. No bridges to burn or cross. You can't lose or find what you never had or lost. I'm told he's in the mirror when I'm not looking. If I thought it'd help, I'd close my eyes. I try not to make a sound, but I open my mouth and his voice comes out sometimes. Oh, the apple and the tree, it never applied to me. No bridges to burn or cross. You can't lose or find what you never had or lost. Been walking around the world like it's haunted. There ain't no place I can go where he's not been. Took this long to know the only things haunted are the shoes that I'm walking in. Oh, the apple and the tree, or lost.
Heather
y'all.
Little, y'all.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you, Stefan. Yeah.
Thank you, Heather. I love that song.
I
Love
love
that
your
song.
fantabulous guitar stylings.
I'm just lucky nobody got hurt. You know. Thanks everybody that's tuning in out there. Liz, I saw
So
what you
much.
said about the website. I'm glad you're listening. All told, it's an incredible website, and I am super grateful for the work Jared did on that. If anybody out there needs a website, Uprooted Media Designs are the people to speak to. Jared McGovern, he does a great job. Thanks everybody for listening to us. What else? Oh, Julie Crawford's there, Heather.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Julie Crawford. You know, Julie Crawford is the reason that Meredith Crawford.
Heather, wait.
Yeah.
There's some seagulls out there on the horizon. Take a look.
Oh no. I literally, y'all, I'm so blind. I'm trying to look at the screen, and it's enormous.
It's the stage
To be
lights.
fair,
The stage lights are way too
it's just the stage lights. It has nothing to do with my age or the fact that I can't see
it's all the stage
my
lights.
my own hand in front of my face. No, I really can't at all. I'm literally
Heather, I'm right
in
here.
a Gordon
I'm right
Lightfoot
here.
song right now.
I'm right here.
Who are you?
I'm right here. You're okay.
Damn
You're
it!
okay.
I thought I was playing a song swap with James Taylor. Never mind.
We'll go to Luby's later.
Play whatever. We'll do Loopies.
Yeah.
I love you so
No, you like the butterscotch pudding down there.
It's hot. Lamb.
So, Heather had a request earlier.
Please, is this?
Yeah, I'll play Tempest. Yeah. So I do a lot of songs
I love this song.
about my dad more in the last couple of years than I would have been because, well, he passed away. And the way it goes with me, I don't know about the rest of the world, but I tend to write about and think about and consider the most recent hurt. And the way of getting through it is is how you kind of eventually end up appreciating the present that much more. So this song is it's another one that talks about my dad. My dad would. Y'all want the song? Should I tell the story?
Mind? I mean, do you mind?
No, not
you
at
don't
all.
have to. I mean,
No.
whatever you feel like.
No, I don't mind.
I
at
love
all.
the story. It makes my heart feel
All right.
good. But if it doesn't make your heart feel good, you shouldn't.
No,
say
I
it.
like telling the story if people want to hear it.
I love it.
My dad was in the Air Force for a while, and he served in Thailand and Taiwan and Okinawa and Vietnam. And when Uncle Sam dropped him off, they dropped him in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. And the whole time he'd been over there in Southeast Asia, he'd been saving all his money so that when he got out of the Air Force up there in Michigan, he had a bunch of cash. He went and paid that cash for a brand new Pontiac Tempest with a GTO performance package. And then he spent a month driving that car back to Texas and decompressing, and I always thought that was the coolest story when I was a kid. Wrote the song about it called Tempest to Michigan. I hope y'all enjoy it. I'll ride a Tempest up to Michigan, turn and burn back down to the waters of my youth. Now lie in the mud till I'm young again. Feel the waters overtake me, strangled in my roots. There's a critter in my brain. Ooh, and it's feasting on the stories I have made. black and he's cold and so hungry. Would that I could tear him from my mind and still remain. My boys might cut their hair, and my woman, oh my woman, Lord, won't you hold her closest? Now take one more trip. Well, there's nothing I can carry, for my arms must stay behind. Now I'll walk out on that water, slip into the sandbar as that critter leaves my mind. Pecan leaves covering my skin as my mother welcomes me back in. I'll ride a tempest up to Michigan. Yeah, I'll ride a tempest up to Michigan. I'll ride that tempest up to Michigan. I'll ride, boys, I'll ride.
Yeah.
Thank y'all very much. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thanks for requesting that, Heather. Thank you, Fred Middlebrook. I appreciate that. Heather, you going to play one more, and then we're going to take a little pause and get into the interview a little bit,
I
right?
think that's the plan. I
Yeah.
think it is.
All right.
I don't have a lot of
got
daddy
you, Phil.
songs. I think I literally have 2 daddy songs. They're not happy at all. I guess my mama songs aren't happy either, but I like them better. This song is called Makeup, and it's about my mama. I was born in 1976, and so that means I really came of age during the 80s. And this song is about watching my mama put on her makeup, which took 785,000 years. So since she started in 1981, she was done in roughly 1997. I appreciate that a lot. She gave me her lipstick, said it was my color, ballroom and brandy wine. She dusted my cheeks with innocent rose, barely blue baby my eyes. But through all the years, there ain't been one tear mascara could dry. There's some things makeup won't hide. As I watched the smoke swirl around her hot rollers, she'd line her lips in a smile. She'd high beam laser focus, Maybelline's hocus pocus, but not look herself in the eyes. We could have run to the neighbor, but the beauty God gave her was a beacon of fools in the night. There's some things makeup won't hide.
all the bruisers, scars, and losers' lines. Her mother's fine art and father time. Well, I look nothing like her, but I'm right there beside her, in a mirror my mind won't erase. And I know I remind her of a man long behind her, plain as the nose on my face. From this hole in my chest to the booze on my breath, and his blues in my eyes. Some things makeup won't hide. There's some things makeup won't hide.
Whoa, Heather. Yeah, Heather Little, y'all.
Thanks, y'all.
The line that just in that song, the part that you pointed out, like Steph and I have had conversations about that line. I think it's just like an eyes wide open view of just like the bare bones of what it means to survive. You know, to just go out into the world and find what it takes for you yourself to survive, because it may not be the same thing for someone else.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be the same thing for me.
What's the line?
The line about I'll blow her lungs out and say a prayer for peace.
Oh, yeah.
Just the polar opposites in that line is just, it's jarring and it's beautiful and it's tragic all at the same time. That's a great song.
Sometimes difficult things that seem opposed exist at the same time and aren't actually.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
You know?
Yes.
Just off the top of your head, do you have a line of hers that you really love?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I mean,
Like-
you could.
Oh, no.
Like, yeah. Oh, miles of them.
Oh, no.
Absolutely miles of them, Heather. Of course, the one that everybody knows I love is Razor Wire.
Thank you, Steph. You do a great cover of Razor Wire.
Thanks. Maybe I'll play that tonight. Everything in Razor Wire and No Bridges to Burn or Cross. You can't lose or find what you never had or lost. From Apple in the Tree.
Thanks, honey.
Resonates with me. And gosh, there's a song you put up recently about being the queen of your California king that, like,
Oh, boy.
man, that's some hard stuff to write about, and I applaud you for it. That's
Thanks,
such a
Steph.
badass song, Heather.
Thanks,
It's so
man.
good. Like, I think Heather and I, like, when we talk about, oh man, when you wrote this song and you said this, it's always like, damn, like that's my most vulnerablest. I felt the most small was the hardest part to say, like, I think with each other. And so
Yeah.
I think that's one reason why we're such good friends.
Yeah, that's why you're my
and can be
friend.
friends and appreciate each other
I mean,
because we're
it's-
comfortable that way, talking
Yeah.
about that gnarly
Well, just
stuff.
hanging out with you guys
Yeah.
here for a couple minutes. I mean, for two people that write such deep and powerful songs, y'all are
Thanks, Grady.
just goofy as hell around
Yeah.
each other, which is really kind of, it surprised me. Just like, wow, this is gonna be fun. And here we are talking about squirrels and death at the same time.
Here is Squirrels and Death.
Well, we got to weigh the other side of
yeah,
that thing
you know,
too.
it's like
you know,
we're talking
like,
about the two different ways to do things in life and death and all
Yeah.
that.
life is
That's
light and
awesome.
heavy at the same time.
Yes,
you know?
sir. That's what we try to do here at Universal Language. So, hey, man, let's get back to the music on Universal Language Live.
The The storm was located about 30 miles northwest of Tyler.
Tennis ball size hail and 70 miles an hour wind gusts.
If you are in or near the path of this storm, take cover now.
Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Heather Little. This is Stefan Prigmore. He's going to play us a song when he's through making his guitar make incredible sounds for your listening enjoyment. We do this because we care, but Stefan does it because he cares more than most people.
I need you judging the level of my care, Heather.
But it's so high.
Thanks anyway. No, I
It's
appreciate
just
you being here,
amazing.
and thanks for. Hey, thanks everybody that's listening. See, Lydia Manuel Music is tuned in. Thank you,
Let me just
Lydia.
meme all this right now.
Fred,
Kenneth cannot
Everybody
appreciate y'all enough. Kenneth, Fred, Universal Language. Thank you so much for letting us come out and be idiots on camera in front of. I wish y'all could see what we're seeing right now. It's pretty cool.
and thanks everybody
you.
that's thrown money in the kitty and tipped via PayPal and Venmo for me
So
and Heather.
important. Y'all, a lot of people.
We really
I mean, a
appreciate it.
lot of people. We do appreciate it, but an enormous lot of people have completely lost their jobs and their livelihoods in this last few months, and we had no idea it was happening. You know, we thought, we'll be restricted for a few weeks and it'll be okay. And then it wasn't okay. So Universal Language, we appreciate you coming here and letting us not only express ourselves, but let us continue what we what had come to be our livelihood for years of our lives, and playing live music in front of people. And if you're looking at us right now on your TV screen or your laptop or your phone in your underwears, we appreciate you. And
Thank
if your
you.
underwears are adorable, we appreciate that even more.
Yeah, I don't care what your
Saying
underwear
it.
looks like.
He cares. He
Heather
thinks
does.
he doesn't care, but he cares. He cares a lot.
I'm gonna kick this off, I guess. Let's play
Thanks,
some
Paul. We
music
appreciate
already.
you.
Jesus.
He's praying out loud.
This is a Heather
sorry.
Little tune.
Goodness.
If I'm ever lost, please come and find me. Bring all your guns and your sharpest hunting knives. Load for bear and set out early. Walk all day, well into the night. When the day is done, light your lanterns. Let 'em burn the whole night through. And all the while out there wondering what to do. I'll be looking for you too. And if I'm gone for very long, please remember I would never stay away of my own accord. When I'm under the spell of that great darkness, holds my mind for ransom I never can afford. When the sun sets, light your torches, burn your walls right to the ground. My razor wire stomping around circles like a fool. I'll be looking for you too. If I disappear, please look forever. Spend your time believing a thousand different ways. Spend your dimes, your nickels, buying wishes from the well. And I will spend my dying breath calling out your name. When the days are gone and you're alone, they'll be gone much too soon. You gotta know that every time you couldn't find your truth, but I was looking for you too.
Stefan Prigmore. Goodness, my friend Chase Glover said to me, "You're my friend and I love you and everything, but Stefan Prigmore's cover of that song is where it's at."
What does he know? I love you, Heather.
That's beautiful. I love you too. I love you too, a whole bunch. God, I don't know anything. I'm supposed to play a song right now, and I have no idea what to play. You know what? We were talking about a good mutual friend of ours. Now I don't know if I'm supposed to say this person's name or not. Might not be right. Good mutual friend of ours or not. I wrote this song, and it was a little bit about what he was going through, and he had no idea I'd written it, or I'd written. If you're from East Texas, you know exactly what that means. If you're not from East Texas, wroten, well, God help me. Forget it. It's all over. Grammar is over. Kill us all. Just blow everything up. I just said wroten. I had written this song. This friend that this song came to mind about called me out of the blue, just completely random. And he said, he was like, "Well, I just wanted to play this song for you." And he played part of this song, but it was on guitar, and he was playing it over an amp, and it was on my voicemail, so it was distorted, and it was crazy, and I couldn't hear it, and it just wasn't working out, and I didn't know. And then he stopped playing, and he came back on. He said, "I just wanted to tell you it's about the sun. The sun sets, but it also rises, and I love you, and I was just thinking about you, and I just wanted you to know that." And then he hung up, and that was the end of the voicemail. Well, he had no idea. What's that?
Good old Ig.
Good old Ig. Good old Iggy.
Ig Walduck.
That's right, Iggy Walduck. And he had no idea that this song had happened. But he called and randomly left that voicemail for me. And I had literally just finished the song on my way to a gig. And this song is called "This Life Without You." And it's about him and his whole situation at the time. He had no idea.
If you're listening, Ig, if you're out there watching us, we love you so much, man.
We love you so much. And I didn't tell you. And there's like 100 reasons why, but, you know, cats and bags and all that shit. Coffee wouldn't make, drag myself out of bed anyway. It's all a game, like you said, just not wanting any of us could ever win. It's like you said, guess the sun comes up out of spite. You know what? I can't even do it. I got to thinking way too much about that whole, like the internals of that situation. I can't do it.
Well, if you'd like one that maybe you're not as recently tied to, there was a request for
can't
5 Deer
even.
County. Somebody
I'm gonna
requested
cry.
San Saba.
I'm gonna cry really hard if I even think about that. I just started thinking about the inner workings. It's really a long time since I've started. Sorry, y'all. That's how it is. I started thinking about the inner workings of what happened and what came to be to make that song a thing.
Well, that's for how you write songs and don't pump gas.
Man, I'd pump the shit out of some gas right now, though.
Yep.
I really would, because people don't even be talking some crap about, you know, anything when you're pumping their gas. They just want this. They just want the gas in their tank so they can go on and talk shit wherever they're going.
That's right.
I'd be all about it. I miss a full service station. They had that when I was a kid. That was a thing. That's driving me crazy now. This is gonna be over, and I'm just gonna think of that song and nothing else. I'm probably gonna play nothing but that song for like 2 weeks. God, that's awful.
No, it's not. It's all right.
No, it's really awful. It's really very terrible. What are the first words of that song? God, dog. That's making me crazy. This is really bad.
How about we ask somebody in the audience what they want to hear? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Somebody
do
said.
that.
Somebody already said 5 Deer County.
Somebody said 5 Deer County?
Yep.
I missed that.
Let's do 5 Deer County.
Well, I gotta have a cape over that.
Oh, okay. Well, we got one for that. Yeah.
Well, we got one for that, but God, this is terrible. Y'all, I'll do a little live thing when the lyrics to this hit me. I'll do a live thing, and y'all can just tune in or not. But in the name of universal language, which music will always be, which has proven to be, it's a universal language that has conquered Alzheimer's and dementia and beyond. Comas, all of it. Music is bigger than. So if you're struggling with something and you can't see through it and you've got a loved one, play them some music. If nothing else fails, if all else fails, play them some music. Play them a song you love. Play them a song that you know they love or loved, and they'll be in there somewhere. I promise.
John Ebdon says he loves your heart.
Oh.
And Jason Nichols says your car is almost out.
I'm scared of what both of those things mean. This song is called Five Deer County, and the ingredients for this song happened about 17 years ago. My youngest son is almost 17. We were talking earlier about how long it takes to write a song. Send Sammy, you can have him 'cause I can't compete. That 5 Deer County is the girl of his dreams. Ain't no babies crying in that old Airstream. I was strangling that boy with my apron strings, choking that boy with my apron strings. I spent the night up rolling change, running around taking feeders by the lonely light. That's not how it goes. That's not even how it goes.
Carrie's kind of heavy.
I spent the night up rolling change. Travel's kind of heavy, but it spins the same.
Yeah.
He spent the rent and Thanksgiving Day in a box in a field for 2 years straight. I could bring him back, I could string him up. I ain't no ball and chain. No, I'd rather give him back his name and let him have all he's ever dreamed in a 5 Deer County in an old Airstream. I've been the girl in the truck, been the wife on the phone. He's the king of the hills in his silver throne. All alone. I used to take that shotgun ride, running around checking feeders by the low headlights. Little one, number 3, is 5 months old. Daddy tags out early and he don't come home. I could bring him back, I could string him up. I ain't no ball and chain. No, I'd rather give him back his name and let him have all he's ever dreamed in a 5 Deer County in an old Airstream. All by himself, living the dream in a 5 Deer County in an old Airstream. He ain't ever gotta leave. He ain't ever gotta leave.
Yeah, Heather. Hey, I just want to say Danny Harlan, he said he loves y'all so much. We love you too, Danny.
We love you too, Danny. I want to say too, Danny Harlan is one of those. I guess on paper he'd be an invisible person. Danny Harlan goes out to shows and he takes pictures of shows that artists keep in their profile forever and rarely give credit to Danny Harlan for having been there to take the photo. He doesn't say a word. He stands there, he takes the picture, he's there when the moment happens. He posts the picture and he says, "Hey, I love you guys. Thank you for playing your music." And he dissipates into the atmosphere. But Danny, we love you and we need you.
Danny.
We need you and we appreciate you. Thank you for being there, Danny Harlan.
And thank you, Universal
Yes.
Language and PC
Thank you so
Production and
much.
Philip and everybody for having us today. And thank you, everybody that's listened to us and everybody that's contributed. We appreciate y'all all.
Hey, man. Thank you guys. This is
For sure, Grady.
Stefan, Heather. We are Universal Language. Thank y'all so much. We will see y'all next time, 8 o'clock, Thursdays. Be there. Lucas Kelm. Lucas for Sheriff is up.
Oh, love Lucas.
He's going to be awesome.
Great
You
stuff.
guys are awesome. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Good night.